a helicopter going over, but what's going on today is this is the first of a series of several tours we're going to give to interested neighbors from Brooklyn and elsewhere in the evening after work, bringing people down so they can enjoy the real excitement of the park being under construction. So I've now walked to the end of Pier 1, and I'm going to pan back so you can see the great sweep of this landscape on Pier 1, the whole area where the hill, or the promontory as we call it, and it will be a little bit higher than that second bucket dozer that's over there, so you can get a sense of this great, we think, joy that will result from climbing that hill and then turning to the side and having this view that I'm looking at here. You can see the very end of Pier 2 in the distance. Okay, so the area that I'm standing on now is actually structure over water at the far end of Pier 1. This will be uncapped, and more water and a natural area, including a tidal marsh, will be created here. But we're getting closer to the BQE, and you can see the incredible increase in noise level as we get closer. And we reach a point eventually where it's so noisy that you would have to yell. This is the area where we're building a large landform, all of recycled dredge material, but that will do two things. It will buffer the noise and the sight line to the BQE, which you can see in this view now, but the other thing that it will do is it will reestablish the historic escarpment that existed in Brooklyn prior to the construction of the BQE. In other words, from the top of the hill sloping down, there used to be a long gradient that connected the Heights landscape back to what is now going to be Brooklyn Bridge Park. And the landform, which will follow along the length of the BQE and be about up to where you see that red van going there, that will be a great amenity and will tremendously reduce the noise level in the park. Okay, I just wanted to also since I've got one of the tour groups standing in front of me here, I wanted you to have a sense of the relative scale of this landscape and this long sight line down to that tall building which is at the end of Girolamo Street there. This gives you a sense of the tremendous length of this edge. One of the things that we'll be doing in the park is more of what you see here, which is renaturalizing the edge, including creating sand access areas. There will be wave separators between the end of Pier 2 there and over to Pier 1 over there, and that will mean this whole area in front of you will be safe for kayaking. It will be protected from the large wakes of the tremendous boats, not that little wiener over there, but these huge boats that go up and down the East River. And each of the piers, we're now looking at Pier 2, will be separated from the mainland, become an island, if you will, and that will allow the kayakers to move from this bay of safe water onto the next one and so on down the way. We're out on the pier a little further now, and looking straight ahead you can see one of the areas where the rainwater storage structures have been buried under what will be the Great Lawn on Pier 1. You can see that construction is already quite far along. We've torn down the old pier shed, and looking straight ahead we're looking all the way down to what will eventually be the other park entrance at Atlantic Avenue, and that also is going to be under construction and completed by the end of this year, 2009.